What's good, world? You are now talking to Despues.
Feel me, save me, heal me, raise me, teach me something, make my brain bleed, let the brain wash.
Despues. 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 It's a Spanish word. It means after or later. Despues is you but stronger. Despues is future. Despues is Despues. My name came from my father. My father was a student in Spanish class when he was like 15 or something like this. He was a sophomore. And he was learning how to use después in a sentence. He said that the way it looked with his handwriting was sexy, and it would be the name of his first son. I wasn't born very long after that. Now, the other story on top of that is my father is also an artist. My father's been an artist, and he goes by Genesis. He goes by many names, but he goes by Genesis, and he grew up Baptist Christian and things of that nature. He's very into symbolism and all of these different things, so Despues to him, is like the next chapter, right? It's after Genesis, right? It's going further than that, Names do have significance to me. It had to, just like with all things that are material, they have to hit me stronger, right? Or at different times. There has to be a certain amount of significance for me to be able to go, okay, all right, maybe this is, worth something. But I definitely do see how people tend to live out their names. It's very interesting, or live out the meanings of their names, and that's whether they intend to or not. And for me personally, I never really looked at my name as something to try to live up to. I mean, would you get it? Somebody names you after, or somebody names you later. What are you gonna do about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that mean to you? And so I never even really had that opportunity or conversation, just to sit with myself and be like, what does that mean? And I mean earlier on, and I mean, it definitely took me a lot later to get to be like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, people tend to live out their names, Now it's not gonna affect whether or not I name my kid something like, Marshmallow Cream or something like this, but does my name have significance to me? Absolutely. I look at myself as the future. I look at my, Nietzsche talks about the overman or the superman, right? And in general, it is obvious that humanity is looking for what is beyond what we've been doing now. Like what is beyond the buffoonery, what is beyond all the antics and, everything that has been occurring over history. For me, I know that through the things that I see, through the lens that I've been able to see the world, I have been able to idealize solutions, and I'm here to share them. And also, whether or not other people implement them, I will continue to live by that example. I am the example of what is after all this. I am the example of what is beyond all this. Beyond rap, beyond hip-hop, beyond culture, beyond how we treat each other, beyond how we communicate, beyond how we look at the world now, beyond the political scope, beyond all your judging, beyond the material, you know what I'm saying? Where are we now? Well, right now we're in Los Angeles. We're in Hollywood, but where we are now is we are in a place of confusion. I see. I don't think it's any more prevalent than now that we are confused as a society right now. Even in terms of, right, like the whole sexuality conversation and all that stuff, right? Like, it's very obvious that people are just confused. People are confused about who to vote for. People are confused about what to feel. People are confused about how to treat each other. People are confused about how to talk. People are confused about how to dress. People are confused about what to eat. People are confused about being confused. You know what I'm saying? People are now what people aren't really so confused about is is whether or not they should, have a sense of self-worth about themselves to not just submit to things, which is like, it has its blessings and curses, right? But mostly it's curses. There's a serious lack of obedience, or there's a serious lack of obedience, just because of the fact that, again, people are confused and lost, stuck, and they're sick of being lied to. There's been a lot of lies, you know what I'm saying, over the course of history. How do I know people have been led out of their way? I know people have been led out of their way because of the work that's being done. That's probably the most concise way to answer that question. Yeah. I know people have been led out of their way because of the overwhelming amount of mediocre work that has been happening. I know that we are led out of our way because we have been able to see historically that there are great people, or that people have the ability to get together to do great things, or even work alone and accomplish great things. And we were on a certain type of trajectory, but then we got comfortable, or something happened, or things happened. And I mean, it's there through history, right? The different things that have happened that have broken down people's trust, that have broken down people's confidence. When you don't have confidence, when you don't have trust, when you don't have a sense of security, and what's going on, then you're not on your way. You don't know where you're going. You don't really have a sense of, where you're going, or where you want to go, or what you're working toward. Okay, so You Suck is exclusively on Bandcamp because, point blank period, I don't own all of the beats on the mixtape. I own the songs that are on the mixtape, but a good number of those songs I wrote for other people. Like, for example, which songs did I write for people? I wrote Foreign for a clothing brand. I wrote Checkup Freestyle for a client. I wrote So What for a client. I wrote The Rock for a client. And those are just the ones that I can think of as of right now. And that's 4 out of 14? There's probably a couple more than that, if not one more. But yeah, that's like the main reason why You Suck is exclusively on Bandcamp. But beyond that too, right? Like, I have generally been sick of the streaming platforms. And it's not even the streaming platforms that I'm sick of. I'm honestly sick of people talking about they support you and all of this, but they'll only go to support you where, they're comfortable with going to support you. When, in reality, there are multiple ways to support a creator of various different types, and particularly a music creator. And we know that it can be done where people can put in that little extra effort to click a different link, or to go to a different site, or to, to show love of support, to go to a certain address. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers will walk, take the bus, drive, and all type of shit to go to different locations or whatever that you're at. But, they can't switch up. They can't use fucking, Bandcamp or like, Tone Den or something like this instead of fucking Spotify or Apple Music. You know what I'm saying? And then in the meantime, you say all of this stuff about, oh, well, you're trying to get rid of the mainstream, or the mainstream is overrated, and, blah, 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 and commercial and selling out. But it's like, you sell out yourself, and you put the artist into that predicament. And the reality is that with me, I haven't always had the, it's always just been so dodgy with me. It's always been so dodgy. There's always some sort of hiccup or hang up with me trying to, conform to some degree into the mainstream, society, or to the main culture. You know what I'm saying? And I don't fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? And all of that is fueled into why the mixtape is called You Suck. Because it's like, bro, it's like, the whole prospect behind You Suck is really like, it's that you all suck. It's like, it's never just, it's not just, civilians and people who are on the ground, on the front line, you know what I'm saying, who are putting blood, sweat, and tears all together to provide for their families and provide for themselves and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's also about the people who have created the platforms for these people to provide for their families and, you know, have some sort of sustenance and try to take care of themselves. And really it's more to them than it is to the civilians, you know what I'm saying? But regardless, it's really not about a more or less thing. Really what it's about is, like I said, solutions and getting the problem fixed, getting these problems fixed and getting everybody recalibrated, because, you know, as time goes on, people just lose more faith and lose more hope, and, you know, they're just less willing to get anything done, and it's already falling apart. You know, people need help, man. Like, people need help, and I'm here to be a voice, you know, for what needs to be done to help people. My favorite track from You Suck honestly depends. Meaning on like the time, like the moment. I'm always, you know, all around the house singing and beatboxing and, you know, reciting and all of this type of stuff. I do find myself reciting "So What" a lot. That's a really just fun song. It's not even that great of a song, but it's just so fun, and I love to say the lyrics. One fish, two fish, she a groupie, but I can't touch you, bitch. I be all up in her mouth, she do me like she toothless. All my niggas running while you know that we is ruthless. So don't play. Whoa, want me wild, baby, want me do this. DNA all on the play, I still leave them clueless. This that break your fucking ankle music. This that get the ambulance, we gon' get granny new hips. They talking about last days, bitch, I'm planning to live. Broke free from my past ways, overcame the Judas. Broward County, that's the motherland, you others useless. We be getting to the bucks, we be getting to it. Ho, and you know all the hoes choosing. Better let your girl go before you looking foolish. Smoke, who want smoke, get all them niggas poofing. Joke, ha ha ha, you diss me, you a goofy. Yeah, I love that song. Well, you know, I wrote to myself in like 2019. Yeah, that song's been in the tuck for a good minute. That song has been in the archive for a good while. You know what I'm saying? What a great song, man. You know, very, very inspiring. That song, just like all of my other songs, are about my life, or they're about life. They're about how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so tired of people. I'm so tired of people's judgments. I'm so tired of people's and like, people don't know shit, but they feel so strongly about shit. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's about a thing, like a concept or a topic, or if it's a person, you know what I'm saying? People get so caught up in their judgments, and people suck. And at the end of the day, like, I know that for myself. You know, my entire life has been an uphill battle of maintaining my own self-worth, and then juxtaposed to me dying, or like just me not being here. Cause like, bro, I have more than come to the decision that I don't conform, or that like I don't belong with you. That there's nothing that I can do to be considered as, hey, mommy.
What?
Hi.
Hi.
Come here. Sorry, you know, I love people. You know, they be looking. You know, as much as people suck, you know what I'm saying, I love them, you know. And, you know, especially women. Women do a fantastic job calibrating everything to, you know, remind me how beautiful the world is. You know what I'm saying? And just everything, and just like being grateful to be here, right? I really love women, but, you know, we're gonna need more than that, though. And that's what we're talking about, because it's so much bigger than the women. It's so much bigger than the woman, I care. Yeah. Straight like that. There's nothing more. There's really no other way for me to describe how much different my music is from others. It's that I care, you know? the entire point of Acids, the entire meaning of Acids is about it being the embodiment of my soul. Acids is actually the name of a congregation of all of my personalities merged into one. And, you know, we come together to make the decisions, to formulate and arrange the ideas, to create and put out the music in a way that's digestible for you. And, you know, at the end of the day, you know, there aren't many people who produce their own shit, engineer their own shit, write their own shit, and even whether or not they do one or multiple or all of the things, a lot of that shit doesn't sound good, or not even just that it doesn't sound good, but it's not unique, it's not authentic, it's trying to emulate something else. I don't have any influences, I don't have any musical heroes, I'm never ever trying to sound like anybody or anything like that. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some sounds that I may be trying to emulate, but that's because I hear the sound, right? And the sounds are what make the music. But I'm never trying to be like I've never been like a, oh yeah, Young Thug type beat or Future type beat. You know, I'm always getting compared to abstract artists or like artists that like people don't even really listen to. You know, I mean, I've gotten Eminem and stuff like this. Eminem used to be like almost like a bad name. But you know, Hobson, T.I., Tech Nine, y'all don't listen to. I know y'all don't listen to these niggas for real. You know what I'm saying? And it's just an acknowledgement that what I'm doing is different. It's just an acknowledgement that what I'm doing is unique and it's refreshing. You know, it's authentic. It's its own thing. And I really, really appreciate people who acknowledge that. And I really, really appreciate as well that I have the gift of embodying myself musically so strongly and so uniquely. And again, it's just because I care. It's just because I care. Thank y'all so much. This has been your first issue of Talking to Despues. I hope you've enjoyed talking to Despues, because I actually don't. I actually don't hope you've enjoyed talking to Despues. I'm fucking boring. I'm actually like, because I don't give a fuck about whether or not you like me, bro. I really don't. But you're gonna get an idea though of what these songs are like, what my energy is like, and what the movement is. You know what I'm saying? This is not about me. If there's anything that you should know, is that I make everything not about me. You know what I'm saying? And so when I'm talking my shit, then I'm talking my shit. You know? There's a lot of opinions, and I can be very opinionated, sure. But there's a reason why I feel the ways that I feel. There's a reason why there's a certain security and confidence in the things that I feel. And that's all evidence. So, but yeah. Hey, yo, thank y'all for talking to Despues. Y'all stay blessed. And I'll see y'all in the next one and whatever else I posted about. You feel me?